Oh, hi. Hey, how's it going? Morgan Film Fan here. Oh, Hi is a brand new 2025 film directed by Sophie Brooks. And I don't recognize any of the actors in here other than Geraldine. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name. I apologize, but Geraldine is an Australian actress who has been in The Package, which I really did not like that movie at all. And she was also in Blockers, I believe, the one with John Cena. She's a very pretty actress, and she's been in a lot of indie films as well as bigger comedies and stuff like that. And she's been in a few films. So if you look her up and you know her from those films, she's been in a lot. But this is an independent film, and I didn't really hear any advertising on it whatsoever. But I heard about it maybe 2 3 weeks ago, maybe more. But I watched the trailer and I was absolutely hooked into it. There's a theater about 45 minutes away from me driving and like 2 hours by bus that just plays independent cinema and like art house movies. It's more of a small scale art house theater, and it was playing this film, so I definitely wanted to go check it out before it was out of theaters. And I had a really, really, really good time with this film. Independent cinema is totally my jam. It just has such a real feel, a real vibe. I've talked about this tons of times on the channel, whether it's independent horror or independent anything. So this is a comedy. It's got a little bit of drama in it, but it's mostly a comedy. And what we have going on here, I believe the main actress's name is Molly Brown, if I'm not mistaken. She is dating this guy, and they're seeing each other, and they go to a cottage or an Airbnb. It's one of them, and he's making her dinner, making these delicious looking scallops. They're having a fantastic time. I think it's mentioned that it's maybe their third date or something like that. And things are going really, really well. And then in this house, they discover some items of kink. So they decide to have some fun with that. And one of them gets tied to the bed, and they start to explore in that way. And then they get into an argument involving their relationship, and somebody does not want to untie the other, and it turns into a Gerald's game thing, kind of, except nobody dies, luckily, and like a misery situation, but comedy instead of horror. It's a horrific situation, but they play it off as really really funny, and really the script is amazing. The script is the best thing going for this film. Of course, it's beautifully directed too, and it's very well acted, beautifully acted. But the script is what made this film go such a notch higher, as well as the performances by everybody with the script, of course. But it's very witty. It's very the dialogue is just hilarious and realistic in a lot of ways, and it's a metaphor about today's day and age of dating, where people get confused and don't know where they stand in relationships, what how to title themselves, how to title the other, what one person having different expectations than the other person having, and then that becoming an issue. This film puts these characters in a situation that plays that idea into just ridiculousness and just over the top humor and situations, and it's just really, really funny. And Geraldine's character, as I mentioned before, she's really funny. She's also there's another guy that she's dating that comes into the picture. I really liked him, and just his quirkiness. He's a very quirky character, and he would be comic relief if everybody wasn't funny, but like he's the guy that like just, I don't know, there's something about him that would just made me laugh every time he spoke. He could literally say anything, and it's funny, kind of thing. It's part of his voice, and just the way he delivers lines and stuff, the way he interacts with the person who's tied into the bed. I don't want to say who gets tied to the bed. If you watch the trailer, but just to keep this as spoiler free, because it's fun to go into these things blind. So I'm not going to mention too much. But I am going to mention that I really enjoyed this film, and my favorite thing about it is the writing, and then the acting, and then the directing, and the combination of all those three things just made for a really enjoyable watch. And yeah, I mentioned a little bit of drama. It doesn't really happen too much until like the third act climatics of the film, but it's just sprinkled in. It's not a very dramatic film whatsoever. It's just it hangs on its comedy, and it's just so well done. It's a fun time. I was expecting it to be a fun time. The trailer sold me. I usually don't even watch trailers, but for certain movies I will because I don't. It doesn't matter to me. So like there's movies that I want to know absolutely nothing about, and then there's movies that I'll get a little info beforehand. And I can say that, if you like independent comedies, go support things like this because then they'll start making more of them, right? So everybody's good in it, like I said. And I'll look up everybody's other projects because I had not seen them before. I don't recognize them at least, other than Geraldine. And man, there's this other actor that's in it too. I can't believe I forgot to mention him. I recognize him because of his voice. He looks so different today. He has a white beard and a bald head. But I think he was in Small Soldiers. He was the nerdy scientist with glasses in Small Soldiers. If it's the same guy, is it David Cross? Is his name? It might be David Cross. So hopefully I'm not mistaken on that. But yeah, he's in this too, and I recognize him because I recently watched a film called You Hurt My Feelings, and he's in it too, and he kind of looks the same and sounds the same. He has a really recognizable voice. But anyways, I'm rambling on that. Those are the only two actors I recognize. Is basically my point. But go check out Oh Hi, and it's O comma hi exclamation mark, and support indie cinema. And subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.